video of Carlos Prates and his true fighting spirit, called being a quitter. He'd just been beaten up all the rounds prior, puts his hand up, shakes his head, says, "I'm done," and then just drops to the ground in absolute despair because he knows that deep down he's not a fighter.
What you would like to do next, because there are plenty of options for you.
Yeah, well, I guess got to talk to the UFC. You know, I did mention Mosvar. He's undefeated. I like the fact that he's undefeated and, you know, still one of the younger generation again, right? Like undefeated, I think for the legacy that would still mean so much. But you're right, is that what the fans want? Is that what the UFC wants? I don't know, I'm going to need to talk to him. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I think my hand's all good. I don't think there's any broken bones. So I'm looking to, you know, let this heal up, you know, which won't take long. Couple of stitches will be right. And I'll get back in there soon.
Mateos, you dirty dog. You beat me up. You busted my good ear. I can forgive, but I cannot forget. I'm gonna get you back, bro. Count your days, young man.
Michael Chandler released a statement saying, "There are really no words to describe the pain and disappointment you feel. You just live in it. Let it take its lot and leave you with what is left. From there, you rebuild. The best you can do is move forward with confident expectancy and pride in the attempt. One thing is certain, I can rest in knowing that I prepared the best I could, and I alone was responsible for my shortcomings in that octagon. My team prepared me. The UFC gave me the opportunity. I stepped into the ultimate proving grounds, ready, bested but never beaten, never out of the fight, still in pursuit. And this picture sums up how I feel and what truly matters. Bruised, bloodied, and heartbroken, yet I have my soulmate by my side and 3 little hands to hold. Future is still bright. Walk on. See you at the top."
Impressed with me. Paddy Pimblett really showed me something on Saturday night.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think it took everybody off guard. Not just the fact that he won. I think we all gave him a chance to win, but the way that he won, you know, and came out of there practically unscathed, you know, and just beat the hell out of Chandler. And, you know, I guess there's, for me, I mean, there's a little bit of, I don't know how you feel about it or how others feel about it. You know, there's a little bit of questions in me. It's like, okay, you know, how great really was Chandler, or is Paddy really all that, right? Because Paddy, I seen a stat the other day, his last 3 opponents are like 1-13 or 0-13, some ridiculous stat like that. So, but also we've never seen, I mean, Chandler has absolutely fought the best, and you know, he's beat some really good guys too. And you know, especially like back in Bellator, he beat some really good guys. So yeah, I guess there's still a little question mark in my head. Like, you know, was Chandler just not UFC material? Maybe did his head get a little bit off course, right? Maybe, you know, played a little bit too much into the Arturo Gatti role that Dana kind of called him, right? Maybe bought into that a little bit too much. Or is Paddy really all that good? You know, I mean, he certainly looked good last weekend. Did he look like a champion? I'm not sure about that. I guess ultimately, I mean, the two things could both be true. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive, right? Chandler is either past his prime or just wasn't UFC material to begin with, right? And Paddy is a top 10 guy. I think both things could be true at the same time. Like, Paddy proved to me that he is a top 10 guy. You know, I wouldn't necessarily have had Michael Chandler ranked in the top 10 before that fight. So like if I was doing the rankings, I would say you still need to beat a top 10 guy to be in the top 10, but you are absolutely worthy of fighting a top 10 guy. I think that's what he proved. And you know, fight somebody that's maybe on a win streak this time and we'll see, now we'll really know where you're at. But you've proved that you are valid in that match now, right? Like, you're not going to be discounted when you go fight a true top 10 guy. And Chandler, I have the questions of, was his best years in Bellator? And that's what I mean. But I mean, he's a great fighter. I don't want to take anything away from him. But, I get the feeling that just his best years were in Bellator. And, he got to the UFC a little bit too late. He was maybe out of his prime, or he just kind of bought into the hype a little bit too much, right? And kind of what I thought Justin Gaethje was going to turn into, like the guy that just goes out and puts on wars for fun and, sort of the old Chris Lytle type guy, right? Like, I'm just fighting for fight of the night type guy. And certainly he didn't turn out that way, but seems that Michael Chandler maybe has kind of turned out that way.
What he was able to do to Bryce Mitchell and how he did it and the fashion that he did it with the barking that he's doing, like, he's bringing the gimmick from the beginning to the end. And that is really hard, bro. I wouldn't advise people to do that, because once I'm done making weight tomorrow, the competitor's out. The Olympic champ, the Triple C, is out, not the king of cringe. If Gene Silva plays his cards right, he is one fight away, because he's such a fan favorite. 145-pound weight division, they may have a new sheriff in town.
I agree with you. And just dominance with the fighting nerds. You can tell that they visualize. You saw Huffy look like he faked a long left hook that you saw, and then he spun on you and smacked you with the back of his foot. You're right, Henry. Gene Silva could be fast-tracked there because he's showing everything that this company is now.
His great striking, his takedown defense, went for the ghillie without the arm against Bryce Mitchell. This dude's diverse, man. Gene Silva is a champion in the making, Kamara.
Кто опаснее сейчас для Ислама Махачева? Арман Царукян или Илья Топурия?
Мое личное мнение, не то чтобы там опасен, скажем так, более конкурентен. Я думаю, что Царукян. Я думаю, Арман посерьезнее боец, чем Топурия. Топурия хороший боец в 66, а в 70 мы его не видели. Я считаю, что Арман более конкурентоспособный для Ислама, чем Топурия.
А вот то, что он пересол вес выше, я про Топурию, оставив пояс и сразу заявляет намерение подраться Исламу. Вот ты как это воспринимаешь? Многие его осуждают, что он так сразу хочет Ислама.
Не, смотрите, ребята, я не знаю просто, какие договоренности были у Топурии с UFC. Просто если смотреть со стороны Ислама, Ислам уже 2 раза давал шанс чемпиону в 66. Оба раза Ислам выиграл. Сейчас 3-й раз ему давать. Хорошо, представим. Топурия переходит, перешел и дерется сразу за пояс. Ислам его выиграл. Потом Топурия дерется еще один бой. Он еще раз проигрывает. То есть он вообще никем не был в 155, и Ислам выиграл человека, который никем не был в 155, в 70 килограмм. Из-за этого, как для наследия, для Ислама, для его резюме, я Ислама риски тоже понимаю. И из-за этого Ислам говорит, пусть подерется, пусть станет реальным претендентом, и Ислам будет драться с любым. Ислам же сказал, я буду драться с любым бойцом. Но каждый раз Ислама хорошо, 1 раз, 2 раза. Сейчас еще 3-й раз дают чемпиона 66, который переходит на 70. Извините меня, Ислам тоже имеет вес в этом.
Pound for pound?
Да, он лучший боец. И он дрался, и он даже дрался с чемпионом 66, летел к нему. Ислам на то, да, в Австралию полетел, у него там на заднем дворе подрался, у него дома подрался. Из-за этого мы, как команда, мы считаем, что Topuria, он достойный боец. Но он чемпион, защитил пояс, выиграл очень серьезных ребят. Но эти все ребята, которые были в 66, даже тот же самый Холлоуэй, который он выиграл, он перешел на 70, он ничего не сделал.
Khamzat's team released a statement saying Khamzat's championship fight may be announced in the near future. There are still some nuances, but everything is heading in that direction. Such a fight is possible in June. Earlier during the week, Dana White had said that it will be fun to have Khamzat fight at UFC 317, which takes place during International Fight Week in June 28th in Las Vegas.
The past 2 years, during this week, the International Fight Week headliner has been announced. We don't have that yet. Are you guys pretty close to that? I think a lot of people are excited to maybe see Khamzat Chimaev in a title fight. Is there any chance he's being looked at?
That would be fun. Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want Movsar in 3 months?
Obviously, you've got guys like Mosvar, who's undefeated. You know, I did mention Mosvar.